Hey, what's up everybody? Repel here, and I'm bringing you the 7th? I think it's like a 7th Mono Team Wi-Fi battle, or 6th, 7th or 8th Mono Team Wi-Fi battle. But anyway, today we're going to bring a Mono Fairy type team, and I'm super excited to use a Mono Fairy type because not only are Fairy types relatively new since they were introduced last generation, but there's just so many more Alola Pokemon that are also Fairy types. So I got the Tapu Fini, Mimikyu, Florges, Togekiss, Tapu Bulu, and Tapu Koko. Now, before I want to get this battle, I just want to just share a little bit of my opinion to some of my viewers. You know, I've noticed that some people, not just in my videos, but in other Poketubers videos, they would kind of bash on certain Poketubers for having walls or even stalls. And I get that stalls and walls are a little bit, annoying, but to be honest, it's if you're gonna play a 6-on-6 singles match, especially a singles Smogon 6-on-6 match, you've gotta have at least 1 or 2 walls, because heavy hitters are just so damn frightening. And let's just be honest, guys, nothing is more annoying when you fight against stall breaking Uber Pokemon. Now, I personally don't use Uber Pokemon. It's just not my kind of style, but I have no problem fighting Uber Pokemon. I have no problem fighting my opponents bringing Uber Pokemon. But if you are going to complain about having one stall on my team and you call it annoying or cheap or whatever, well, I mean, it's come on, man. You have 6 Ubers, okay? You have 6 really hard-hitting Pokemon team. I'll gladly fight your whole Uber team if you just let me bring just one wall. But that's just my opinion. Not really sure why I wanted to say that. Hope I'm making some sense to some of my viewers, and if I'm not, then well, hey, you know what, that's fine. Just my little opinion to you all. But anyway, this battle was super fun. I'm just gonna go right into it. I am gonna lead off with the Tapu Fini because it is well, it's not actually weak to steel because it has that dual water typing. And not to mention, I really thought he might actually lead off with the Hippowdon to set up some Stealth Rocks. And I actually don't have any Pokemon that can set up hazards. However, I do have Tapu Fini with the Defog. So I took this opportunity to just go for the Hydro Pump. And I'm not Life Orb or anything, I'm not Toy Specs, I'm just carrying the leftovers. I do have investment special attack, but as we can tell, this Hippowdon is probably invested in some special defense, so it's not really going to kill it. It goes for Yawn, however, I'm actually not going to be able to fall asleep because of the Misty Terrain. Misty Terrain basically blocks all kinds of status ailments. Didn't really care though. I'm going to go finish him off the Ice Beam, just in case he wants to switch into the Breloom. My opponent does have Breloom after all. So Hippowdon goes down, and like I said, the Yawn doesn't even work. So that's really good. I'm really glad that I actually got the Hippowdon out of the way, because honestly, I don't want that layer of hazards. Now he sends out the Breloom, and I'm definitely going to get outsped because I don't have any speed investment, and he most likely will either go for a Bullet Seed, or maybe even start setting up some Swords Dances. So expecting the Bullet Seed, I'm actually going to go to Tapu Bulu, and what's very interesting is this is my second Tapu Bulu. I have 2 Tapu Bulus. The first one that I showed you in my last Mono Grass Team battle is more like an offensive Choice Banded Tapu Bulu. However, this one's actually a Leech Seed defensive Tapu Bulu. And I actually do have Dazzling Gleam on it because I run a Relaxed Nature. So he actually can use both Wood Hammer and Dazzling Gleam. And even an uninvested Dazzling Gleam do have around a 30% chance to one-shot this Breloom. So I really thought perhaps my opponent would switch out here. He could bring out maybe, I don't know, a Excadrill or something. So I thought he might switch out to anything really, or maybe even the Salamence, But he stays in and actually goes for a Rock Tomb. I really thought he was going to switch out, so I actually went for a Leech Seed, expecting him to switch out, but he stays in. So I'm like, wow, okay. Well, like I said, I still don't really want to kind of show that I do have Dazzling Gleam, because just in case I don't kill the Dazzling with this Breloom with the Dazzling Gleam, yeah, that kind of spoils the fun, I kind of want to save it and surprise my opponent off guard, and then maybe completely 100% kill this Breloom with a Dazzling Gleam. But it's not 100% because I only have 30% chance to kill. So yeah, he keeps staying in, and you know, it's like, yeah, it's doing a little bit of damage, not gonna lie, but it's still not like lethal or anything. It's making me very weak, but however, I'm actually just going for disable now, and that'll actually disable his bullet seed. Yeah, disable is actually kind of fun to use with Tapu Bulu that knows leech seed, you know? You know, I got Leech Seed, and then I got Leftovers, and not to mention Grassy Terrain also heals me. So basically, like, I got 3 elements that will heal me. And on top of that, I can actually disable my opponent's most strongest attack. So I thought, hey, that's pretty good. So like I said, with all this recovery damage I'm getting, I'm actually might able to live his Rock Tomb, but at the same time, he also might roll like high damage output. So I would not risk it. I'm actually gonna go Tapu Koko. Despite that Breloom hits pretty hard, it's still Rock Tomb, so it's not really like a stab move, and it's not going to do over half. And not to mention, he does drop my speed, but I am also Tapu Koko, so I actually can still outspeed him despite that he drops my speed. Simply because Tapu Koko is so damn fast. Surprisingly, he stays in. Like, I'm super surprised. There's just no way I'm not going to go for a Dazzling Gleam, you know? Like, I could go for Electric move, but Dazzling Gleam obviously hits harder. So that was very simple and easy. I didn't really have to use Tapu Bulu to deal with the Breloom. Now my opponent does go into Excadrill, and I cannot really one-shot him. I do have Energy Ball, or sorry, Grass Knot, but it actually won't one-shot him. I have to go to Togekiss expecting the Earthquake. My opponent could have boldly go for the Iron Head and expect me to go into Togekiss. Now I'm really expecting Iron Head, but I do have Tapu Fini, and with Leftovers, I'm actually going to probably live 2 hits of his Iron Head. That means I can probably kill it next turn with a Hydro Pump if I want to. But oh yes, I spoke way too soon, and my opponent now does go straight for the Steelium Z Crystal and activate his Corkscrew Crash. I think that's the name of it. We'll see now. Yeah, Corkscrew Crash. It's one of the most powerful steel moves out there. Like, literally. I think it is the most powerful steel move. And, yeah. Tapu Fini lives with, like, 14 HP. Well, technically, 25 HP. Thanks to Leftovers. But obviously, I cannot live the next Iron Head. Had he not went for the Z move, I think I could live 2 Iron Heads. And I could possibly kill it with a Hydro Pump. But, you know what? I think it's cool, you know. It's nice to really see like Z moves. So I know for a fact, obviously I can live an attack simply because, you know, I have Disguise on my Mimikyu. He does actually go for a Rock Slide. Very surprising. Had he missed, that would be really sweet. You know, I was really hoping that he would miss. Really surprised that he would actually go for the Rock Slide instead of Iron Head. Not really sure why, but hey, it doesn't matter because it breaks my Disguise. And I do outspeed Excadrill just by a little. I'm gonna go for the Shadow Claw and actually get a crit. Not sure if it mattered or not. But I like to think it doesn't because Mimikyu hits pretty damn hard with the Florges Dance. Now he brings up the Salamence, and it's not just any kind of Salamence, it's obviously a Mega Salamence, which is in the Uber tier, but like I said, I have no problem fighting against any Ubers. It's just really awesome to see Salamence, honestly. It's just actually more surprising to see it. Yeah, just because, like, you know, like it was just so 6th generation. Like, I did not expect to see Mega Salamence return so quickly. He will obviously destroy me with an Aerolite Double Edge. That does way too much damage. And of course the Mist does fade. But it's also thanks to his Double Edge, he actually lost a good amount of HP. And therefore I can actually bring out my Tapu Koko and revenge kill it. It's a good thing he didn't go for like a, you know, Dragon Dance. But it didn't really matter because I actually stayed in with my Mimikyu in case he did. So thanks to his recall damage, I'm just barely able to finish off this uber godly Dragon type Salamence, Mega Salamence that is. Now he does go into Tapu Lele. Now these things, I don't know what he can do. He can go for Calm Mind, he can just go for like a normal attack. Maybe he could be a Choice Scarf user, Choice Specs user, I don't know. But I stayed in with Tapu Koko. Turns out he is in fact Choice Scarfed, and he will definitely outspeed Tapu Koko. So this might be a little bit of pickle here, but I know for a fact that he's actually stuck onto Choice Scarf. Very surprising because he's better off actually using a Psychic because he wants to grab that Psychic Terrain boost after all. He confidently stays in, but let's just be honest, I'm Florges, okay? Like, don't mess with Florges, please. Florges is like the most awesome special defensive wall ever. Obviously, he could also be a physical wall, but I went ahead and just go for the Toxic, honestly, because this Tapu Lele is not doing anything to my Florges. I was really hoping I could like use this Florges against his Mega Salamence, you know, just trying to teach him a lesson for revenge killing my Mimikyu like that. But hey, that's okay. I'm gonna throw up a Wish now, and it's actually very obvious that I'll just go for Protect next turn. But to be honest, I don't really care, even if it's obvious or not, because I really just want to throw up that damn Wish. And not to mention, I'm only down to like 3 Pokemon left, so I gotta play extra careful here. So yeah, he actually just lets me go for the Protect. Very strange, because it's like, number 1, I'm gonna grab like all that HP, all that delicious and nutritious HP. And number 2, like this Tapu Lele is not looking too good. He cannot even like 2-hit KO me. I think it takes around like 4 hits for this Tapu Lele to actually kill the Florges, which says a lot because Tapu Lele is a very heavy hitter. So yeah, I'm actually going to go for the Wish again, you know, in case he wants to stay in or switch out, but you know, of course he's going to switch out. Like he's just not doing it. So yeah, turns out this Volcarona is obviously going to go straight for his super OP Quiver Dance. I mean, honestly, I don't blame him. That's how you should mostly play Volcarona, but I went ahead and go for another Toxic because, like, and I know for a fact, like, Volcarona usually goes for Quiver Dances. And if you want to, like, sweep in front of me, like, you better be sure to carry some Lumberries, you know? But in this case, he actually is not carrying a Lumberry. He actually goes for Giga Drain, which is actually pretty smart because that would actually heal him a little and stall out the Toxic process. So, I'm gonna just go for the Wish after he goes for a Giga Drain. Not really sure what to do, you know? So here's a few things I can do. I can actually just stay in, maybe go for a Protect, stall out his Poison, or I can actually go into Togekiss and pass the Wish to Togekiss. Either way, my opponent can either just go for another Giga Drain or even dance some more. So I'm going to go Togekiss now, and actually my opponent goes for another Giga Drain. I'm like, wow, that's probably the best situation for me, because that does absolutely nothing to Togekiss. And furthermore, it will not really heal Volcarona that much. So that's great, and I'm able to grab Florges' Wish, so I'm back at full HP. Now, he could go for like a Fire Blast. A +1 Fire Blast from Volcarona does have a good chance to kill me, but I figured this is the best time for me to bring out Togekiss right now. But he doesn't even need Fire Blast because he has like Hidden Power Ice, and he gets a crit. Honestly, I'm not sure if that mattered or not. My Togekiss is sort of bulky, to be honest, so yeah, it actually just might have mattered. But as you can see, this Volcarona is like really weak right now. And like I said, like my opponent's team is just so powerful. Like every single one is just pure power. You know, like Volcarona is just super OP, and then you got Tapu Lele, and not to mention like a Mega Salamence. Like Jesus, man. It's been a while since I've fought Mega Salamence. And to be honest, I really thought they might nerf Mega Salamence in this generation. You know, just because they nerfed like Pokemon like Talonflame, Gengar, and even what you would call it, Mega Kangaskhan was nerfed too. But they didn't nerf Mega Salamence. It's really crazy. By the way, this Florges was given to me by like one of my viewers, and you know, it's not like hacked or gemmed or anything, obviously, like that. But what's funny is this Florges actually has a very weird nature. It doesn't have a good. It lowers its special attack. That's all I can say about its nature. Yeah, this this Florges actually has negative points in special attack thanks to its nature. Therefore, I actually don't even give it a Moonblast on this Florges. So basically all it knows is just Wish, Protect, Toxic, and Aromatherapy. And I just use it as a pure utility or Wish support. And in this case, you know, it works really well in this battle, not gonna lie. But just to be extra safe that my opponent doesn't do, you know, like crits or, you know, do way too much damage with his Psychic, I'm actually gonna turn the Psychic terrain into a Grassy terrain. So yeah, I mean, despite that Tapu Bulu only has like a quarter HP left, at least Tapu Bulu can bring out the Grassy terrain, and then that will actually weaken Tapu Lele's Psychic move. Now, if my opponent actually has like Psyshock, this will be probably a very different battle. Because Psyshock will basically do so much more than Psychic to, you know, Florges. Because my Florges is more of a pure special defensive wall. That's all I can say, man. That's all I can say. This was definitely a really tough battle because of my opponent's like really powerful, heavy-hitting team. And honestly, it's not like I would say Florges is like super OP or even like hard to counter, because like for the record, like Florges is just a taunt bait, you know? Like once you use taunt on Florges, like I'm done. This Florges cannot act anymore. That's what I love about Pokemon, you know? There's just counters for everything. Like you know, if you have trouble fighting against like really hard heavy hitting sweepers, you know, usually bring out something that can like poison it or even Will-O-Wisp it to wear them down, you know? Like if you fight like Dragon Knights or Salamances or Kangaskhan's, like you gotta bring something that can burn it or even poison it. And in this case, if you have trouble fighting against walls, like you just bring something that has taunt, you know? So it's not like you can just say that, you know, this is cheap or this is unfair. It's like, not really, man. It's Pokemon. Like you just gotta keep trying out different combinations to counter everything. Anyway, that was a great battle. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching Fairy type mono team battles, and hope you guys stay tuned for more. I'll see you guys next time. Have an awesome day.